We'll make a wee start, or we wait another second.
Up to you, David. If you didn't mind, just there's one other trying to get in the waiting room, so
yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Eric's really excited about the exercise class this morning. Right, that's the other one in now. Yeah, that should be it now.
Perfect, brilliant. Good to see you all, and I hope you were all happy enough with what we did last week and feeling okay, especially a couple of hours or the day after we did those exercises. So as has been explained there, today will be recorded so that you can look at them in your own time, and even if you could do them, if you do them today with me, and even if you do them twice more in the week, at least you do them 3 times in the week, that's really what makes the difference. Rather than just doing it once a week with us here. So if you do them a couple of times before then, we'll meet again next Tuesday. So we'll go through some of the exercises that we did last time, and we'll do a slightly different structure than today. So again, we'll start with a wee warm-up, and just a reminder, if you're on the oxygen, just to turn your oxygen on now to what you're prescribed to be on. I can see some people, if you need to take off a coat or a jacket before we go.
Yeah.
Get ready as well. Okay, so we'll start up at the top again. So we'll start just by looking all the way up to the ceiling. Super. And then we'll bring our head the opposite way, so we'll look all the way down to the ground. Excellent. And then we'll do that once more. So we'll go all the way up to the ceiling. Brilliant. And then we'll come down to the ground. Super, and then if you bring your head just so you're facing forward again, and we'll just bring one ear down to just that closest shoulder. You should get a bit of a stretch down the side of your neck. Good. And then we'll swap sides. Super, and again, we'll do that once more on each side. So back to the first side. And then we'll come across for the last one. Super, and then you can cross your arms over your chest, just make this next one a wee bit easier. So we'll come to the side, and as you're twisted in the middle, if you can just look over that shoulder as much as you can as well. Super, and then we'll come back to the middle, and then we'll come across to the other side. Good, so then back to the middle, and again we'll do that once more on each side. So across to the first. Yes, I'll come back across to the middle, and then one more time. Brilliant. And then if you can bring yourself so you're looking straight forward again, and we're just going to do a few things at our shoulders. So if you can just shrug your shoulders, so just straight up and down to start with, and both at the same time if you can. Brilliant, just straight up and down. Excellent. Good, and then can you roll them for me? So I'm going to bring mine from back to front. Super, get your shoulders moving, excellent. And now I'm going to try and change direction. So I'm going to try and come from front to back. Super, and we'll warm up just another joint, so just our elbows, so you can just come up, touch your shoulders, and then straight out. Good. Super, and then just a few rotations with your wrist there, just drawing them around a few circles. Good, and then if you can change direction, even better. Super, and then we'll do a few things down our legs, so just a couple marched on the spot. Good. Super. Really good. And then if I can ask you, so this time I'm going to tap one toe out in front and swapping each time, and then back to the middle before you do the next one. And I will come to the side with that. So same thing, but just coming to the side. And then the last one we'll do for the warm up is just coming up on your toes, and then back down, and then up on your toes, and then back down. This. Good work. So again, if you need, have a wee drink now just before we get started. But hopefully you're warmed up enough, and then we'll get into some of the exercises now.
Tell me, David's breaking up a wee bit on it. David's breaking up a wee bit.
David, you're just breaking up a bit.
Totally breaking up right here.
Sorry?
Totally breaking up.
Totally breaking out.
Yeah. Just struggling a bit there, David.
We're back, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, that's better.
Sorry about that, everyone. Okay. So the first one we'll do is we're just going to reach up as if we're going to the cupboard. So we'll just go up with one hand, and then we'll go up with the other hand. Okay? So off we go. And we're just going straight up like that and reaching out of your base of support as you can. Good. Super. And then reaching as far as you can with each one. Great. Good, really, really good. Good for your shoulders, but good just for maintaining balance and coordination as you do each one. Okay, and as we get to 30 seconds, that we're going to try and reach across this time. Across. Brilliant, everyone. Really good.
We've been using their diggers to help clear ditches and hunting. The worry now, however, is for their loved ones who live in Spring Village and Killingbrooke.
Good work. And now we'll move to one for our leg. So I'm just going to kick my leg out straight, a little bit of a hold at the top, and then back.
We were concerned because I'm all we've got some sand with us. We realised when we get there that was not going to do much use. We could see the water was coming towards the houses a lot quicker than anybody could really expect.
The
water was flowing down this passageway out onto the road. So we started shoveling sand around to the doors. Because the water was rising quite a bit, we didn't want to open the doors and risk flooding the property. So we were talking through this window right here, which is where our granddad was.
It all right was so quick, we knew we'd got to get out because it started coming up with
Really
silent
except
I looked down
personal.
and you could see the water was coming through the bottom, seeping through the walls and coming across. And I said, we really need to get you out. Well, in the space of half an hour.
So if you've got yourself a pair of weights, we'll use them now. And if not, if you want to use a bottle of water, and if not, just using them with body weight is completely fine. So this one, I'm just going to come arms nice and straight. We're just going to come straight up in front and back down. And then the next one is out to the side and back down. Up in front, always back down to your body, and straight out. If you're managing well with this, you can try it in standing, so same thing. And you're just coming up like that, and that's a good progression for you. Super. But sitting in the chair is more than good enough as well. Good work. Really good. Really good for the shoulders. This one of those muscles that we use for breathing when we're out of breath or when we're short of breath. Good. And we'll do 10 more seconds and then we'll take a wee break. Good. Last 5. Good. 3, 2, 1, and we'll relax there. Well done.
Distant one.
Okay, so have a few seconds. Slow the breathing back down and have a drink if you need it. Good. And again, encouraging yourselves to take a breath in through your nose and then breathing out through your mouth. And putting your lips into a position where you're almost blowing out some candles. We're going to whistle, and that helps you to get the air out a wee bit better as well, like your lips forming. Okay, so we'll move into the next one then. So again, if you've got some weights, feel free to use them now. We're going to curl them up to our shoulders and then push them up to the ceiling and then back down from there. And nice and controlled on the way back down. Bring them up and then don't let them just hit against your body on the way back down. Nice and controlled. All the way up. Good. And again, working those accessory muscles that you use more when you're out of breath. And keep breathing during all these exercises. You forget to breathe when you're doing them, when you're out of breath, but keep breathing as much as you can. Good. Good. Brilliant. We'll do 5 more seconds. Good. And we'll relax there. Super. Okay. The next one then, we'll just open our legs up like that. That should work some of the muscles on the inside of your leg there as you bring it back in. Super.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So for everyone, really good.
Yeah.
And from there, we're just going to come up into standing if you can, and then back down. So we'll try and do a minute of just standing up from the chair, and then back down. Again, if you can manage, you can bring your weights with you, hold them at your chest, and then just back down to your chair and up. And even more impressive, if you can, don't even have a seat. If you just squat down just in front of your chair and then just straight up from there. But if you need, just sitting down and then standing up from the chair. Super. Brilliant. So we'll go for a few more seconds.
No, but
Yes.
give it even on the panel, you know.
The last one before we take a bit of a break again, we're just going to bring our arms up to here. And we'll just bring them just to there. And then back down. Super. And we'll just do a few of them. And then this time, we're just going to go all the way up to the top. So just as high as you can bring them and back down. All the way up. Good. And controlling your breathing whilst you do it. it's opening everything up this. Super, and then this one we're going to go all the way up, and then we're going to come down as far as you can, and then back up from there. All the way up, down to your toes if you can, and then just up from there. Coming all the way up, closing the space down where your lungs are, but then you're opening it all back up after. Super. Good. And have a wee rest there. Super. Again, take a wee drink if you need in between, and we'll take a few seconds now just to slow the breathing back down. So again, try to take a breath in through your nose.
Yeah.
And then blowing back out through your pursed lips as you can. Super.
Yeah.
Everyone. Good.
Yeah.
And we'll get this one started by just trying to time our breathing a little bit. So, arms all the way up to the top, and I'm going to take a breath on the way back down.
Yeah, there's a bit of a noise, but I can hear him okay.
No, unless you're using it regularly, you don't need it at first.
I don't know who that is.
Okay.
So again, take a breath in now and back out.
Too much for long.
Is that popping up again? Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well done. And then if you've got some weights, I'm going to use them for this one. So again, another one for the shoulders. I'm just going to bring my arms up like that, just rolling them up, and then back down. Roll them up, and then back down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done. You're just tucking them up under your armpits almost, and then back down. Super.
Okay. Good. Good.
Brilliant. Well done.
Okay.
Feel this one in your shoulders and up towards your neck, but it's really, really important to do.
Okay. I have bye. She's not for one night or promise.
No.
5 seconds.
No, I got
No.
Walk the ankle. So this time we're just out in front and back. So sort of action, but just out in front and back to your body. And this time it should be working a bit of your chest as well as your shoulders too. And again, just trying to access those muscles that you use when you get out of breath, so that they work a bit more effectively when you're gasping for air. It's really good, everyone. Really, really good. Super. Give our arms a wee bit of a rest after this one. Good. Keep your weights for free. What we're going to do is we're going to do some marching on the spot. I'm going to add my arms, so you can do opposite arm, opposite leg. And again, if you've got some weights, you can use your weights in your arms whilst you're doing it. And we're just marching on the spot. It's been a difficult set, but keep going. Do really well and keep breathing and keep remembering to breathe. Over. Try 15 seconds. And we'll take a wee break. Good. Good. So there's 5 seconds to go, and then we'll give you a wee break. 2, 1, and relax there. Well done. Super. That's hard work. Have yourselves a wee rest. And take your breath in through your nose and out through your mouth as you can, and try and slow it all back down. And then we'll do one more reworking set before we turn.
Well, I must agree with that. Your mom tried to help me through things and they didn't work. I didn't get.
Good. Breath in through the nose. Out through your mouth.
That's Colin.
No, it's Alan that's talking.
And pursing your lips whilst you're doing it. Excellent. Really good.
All right, just leave it in mind.
It's here.
Oh, okay, for a bit.
Okay, he's on mute.
There's a good bit of break there. Hopefully you've slowed much of the breathing back down to almost normal from there. Okay. So this one again, we're going to time our breathing just for learning that, for getting into it. So we're going to start with our arms out wide, and then we're going to take the breath in, and then we can take the breath in as we come back out, as we open everything up. So we're going breathing out, and then breathing back in as we open everything up. And then big breath in. Back out. And then breathe in. Super. Good. And as we get our arms just back out to being straight out like that, we're just going to draw some circles, and you can make each one a little bit bigger than the last one, and give yourself a wee bit of space so you're not hitting anything whilst you're doing it. Again, both arms at the same time in the same direction if you can. Good. Well done. Good. And then we'll bring them back down just to normal, just to stop, and we'll just go the opposite way to which you did the first. Super. Good. Making each one a little bit bigger until you're just going as wide as you can, making the circles as big as you can by the end. Super. Really good. Excellent. Well done. Okay. And now we're just going to do a few of our arm punches. So I'm going to start, we're just going to start down at the ground. And punching just down to the ground. Super. Super. And then up at me, straight in front. Excellent. Really, really good. And then we'll go up to the ceiling. Excellent. Really, really good. Well done. Good. And then we're just going to come in and we'll just do a little bit of marching on the spot, and then we'll do our arm punches once more. So we'll come and we'll do 2 efforts of hard work here, and then we'll do our cool down after. So we'll do what we did last week. On a count of 3, we'll do 5 seconds and as quick as we can, but these are the last few hard efforts. So we're just marching on the spot, and on 3, we'll go for 5 seconds and as quick as we can. So 1, 2, 3, we'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And then just back and we'll march on the spot from there. And we'll just do 1 more of those for today. On 1, 2, and on my 3, we'll go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax there. Well done. And now we'll just go for a couple of ones like that with our arm punches. So again, if you've got your weights, if you're feeling up to it, you can try it with this. So we're going to go for as fast as we can with them. We'll do 15 seconds of each, so 45 seconds left. Okay, and off we go. So we're going to go down to the ground to start with. Super, well done. Good. Super, really, really good. We'll go for 5 more seconds. Good, and then we'll come straight in front. Last 30 seconds of working for today. Good, 5 seconds and we'll swap. 2, 1, and last 15 seconds, last direction, we'll go up to the ceiling. As high as you can. Super, just 5 seconds to go, nearly there. 2, 1, and relax there. Take your time. We'll slow ourselves back down and bring our breathing back down to normal. So again, take a wee drink if you need, and then we'll do a wee bit of breathing control before a few stretches. Some really good work, well done. That was progressed a wee bit from last week, so you've managed really well if you've stuck with that. Well done, okay. So as you're able, I'm going to place one hand on my chest and one hand on my stomach, and it's just there for a bit of feedback. So all we're doing is what I was instructing you to do earlier. So just a breath in through your nose, and then a breath out through your mouth. And first in your lips as you breathe out, and just your hands just at the bottom there. You want to be feeling your stomach rising as you breathe in, and then falling as you breathe out. And that just lets you know that you're getting a nice deep breath, and the whole way through your lungs, right to the bottom. And again, sometimes it's nice to do this just to relax with it, so you can shut your eyes if you feel you need to, just to concentrate on the breaths in through the mouth, in through the nose, not through the mouth. Super. Hopefully you feel your heart starting to beat a little bit slower than what it was. We're just slowing everything back down. Take your time with it. Good. Excellent. We'll do one more wee breath. Super. And hopefully you felt that come down a wee bit. And I will just do a few wee stretches just before we finish up for today. So again, we'll look up at the ceiling, and this time we're going to hold these ones for a wee bit longer. So just up at the ceiling, again, a bit of a stretch in the neck. Good. And then we'll come and look down towards the ground. Good. And we'll come back to the middle, and we'll just bring one ear down just towards that shoulder. And then we'll swap sides from there. Super. And we'll cross over our chest, and we'll just come to the side. And as you twist in the middle, just looking over that shoulder. And then back to the middle, and we'll just swap sides once more. And again, looking over your shoulder as you twist. Super. Back to the middle, and we'll just give ourselves a few rolls with the shoulder that we did earlier. So just rolling them in one direction. Good, and then if you can change direction for me as well. I'm trying to do both at the same time. Excellent, really good. Well done, you're all getting that well, good. Good, and then we're going to bring one arm out and we're going to try and stretch our shoulder. So just bringing that arm up over the other shoulder and then pushing it on up to get a stretch down the outside there. Good, so we'll hold that for a few seconds. Good, so then we'll release from there. So we'll just come all the way out in front and then bring the other one up and over your other shoulder. Holding it up with the other arm.
Yeah, it's yours. Oh, the charity phone.
Is it?
Yeah, stop now.
Well done. Down. And that should give you a bit of a stretch down your side there, or down your back muscle that wraps around. Super. Well done. We'll just swap sides from there, drop the other hand down, and lift the other one up if you can. Super. Get yourself a nice big stretch. Good. You've got that well. Super. Good. Now come back to the middle. This time we're gonna come forward in the chair, lean yourselves over. You should get a bit of a stretch at your spine there. And just down here, you just want to be keeping breathing because you're compressing where your lungs are. And then from there, we're coming all the way back up. So if you extend yourself back up and then unravel yourself across the chair and lift your arms out to the side, and you should get a nice stretch across your chest there. And again, everywhere that your lungs are now has been nicely opened up for you. So we'll do that once more. So we'll come all the way down and hold up for a few seconds. Remember to keep breathing because the space for your lungs has been compressed. And then we'll slowly come back up out of that and get ourselves a nice big stretch across the chest there. Super. Brilliant. Brilliant, everyone. Now we'll just give ourselves a few rotations at the wrist. Good, and then changing direction as you can. Good. One for that back of your leg, so we're just going to bring our leg out nice and straight. Run your hand down that leg just to where you feel the stretch. You don't need to be forcing it too far. And if you can point your toes up towards your head, that will mean that the stretch is in your calf as well as your hamstring. And we'll just hold up there for a few seconds. Good, and then we'll come back up out of that. And we're going to keep the same leg this time. So we're going to go down, same leg, and we're just going to go down. Feel for the stretch. This time I want you to take a big deep breath in. So a big deep breath. Hold it for a couple of seconds and then let it out. And then we'll come back up from there. And then we'll swap legs and do the same thing on this leg. So we'll come down just to where you feel the stretch. Toes up towards your head, and we'll hold that for a few seconds. And then we'll come slowly back up out of that. And then we'll go down one more time, so nice and slowly, just to where you feel the stretch. Toes up towards your head, and we'll take a big deep breath in. We'll hold it there. And we'll let it out. And then we'll come slowly back up out of that. And then last one for today, we'll just roll our ankle a few times. Good. And then if you can change direction, brilliant. And then we'll just swap legs. And again, just drawing some circles. And then we'll change direction again. Just for a few. Super. And relax there. Well done, everyone. Super work. And again, have a drink if you need. And continue to slow your breathing back down. Managed well with that from what I could see.